Guys, T-Fit here, Fit Bully TV. Why do we do an AI versus natural? Like, subscribe, and share. We appreciate everybody for watching. Thank you for joining us as we share as much of our journey as possible. These girls were good investments, and I don't mean financially. I'll be very clear in saying they didn't cost a great deal of money, if I'm being honest. Wasn't the $8,000 to $20,000 bullies you guys are used to spending money on. Hell, I have an $8,000 bully, to be clear. I have a $15,000 bully. I have a $3,000 bully. I have quite a few bullies. And dogs in general. But when we are doing our breeding, we're setting up our program. Part of our job is to make sure that we get a result. What do we have here? Results. These results. Mine. Got to sit on the dogs, man. Smoke them out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 5. So you say, hey, a guy just messaged me. I'm going to reply to him in a second. He wanted to know. He says, I'm subscribed to everything. Why don't you do this here? I've said it before. Dogs do not have sex for pleasure. They're not humping every month, every day, all the time, 3 times a week, 7 days a week. They don't do that. A female's reproductive system literally works every 6 months, or if you have sporadic heats per se, you might deal with the heat every so often. Every 3 or 4 months, and we'll get into that at another time. Here's the point I'm making. When a dog does this, you put the dogs at risk. You could literally break the penis, and I'm not saying this is things like, oh, this is going to happen. No, dogs have been hooking up. They've been hooking up for years, for centuries. They've been, hey, come on over here now. See what's going on. Smell like you ready. Let's do it. Let's do it real quick. You should turn that little tail up, toot that thing up. You know what I'm saying? It happens. But the gist of it is, when you've turned it into a business, or you have a business wrapped around it, and it's not, again, we're not doing this because we need y'all to pay our bills, or we breeding dogs to get rich. There's no richness to this. I don't know why people think that. Matter of fact, these are the last 2 breedings for the year, and I have females that are ready to go this year. But this is it, because we got work to do. So why natural? Why not natural? Why this, or why this? A natural tie normally, especially if you don't do progesterone tests, happens between day 11 and 13. And you run the risk of the dogs potentially locking up for over what? 20, 15, 30 minutes. And the Malinois, I was doing some breedings out there with Ruben, and the guys, the officers go, look at this dog sucking. Here we go, bro. We're not about to start that. Look at you, already started craziness. Well, you gotta watch these jokers here. The thing is their eyes aren't open, and I proved in theory that without eyes open and the proper stimulation, one of my female and another dog were the first to get over there, and I took a picture to prove it last night. I said, this happens when I do this, because I wasn't gonna leave my phone on a time lapse for 5 hours. Let me get back to this real quick, guys. It's very simple. We get a 6-month window to literally get the dogs pregnant to build our program. In that 6 months, you get 14 days, and in the 14 days objectively, and 14 days top, you get a 72-hour time frame where the ovulation takes place. Ovaries are open. She's ready to receive the semen. Eggs are dropping. You get to literally potentially get this result right here. So we do this. I haven't done this. I'm gonna try my best to stay away from here. We do this and this along with progesterone tests, which is not written up, so that we can know when to breed. Dogs don't have sex for pleasure. They just don't. They hump things and have a good time. But they don't have sex for pleasure. So every 6 months, her body kicks in. She throws out a signal, the bat signal. Bad man hopefully shows up. He busts a gigantic, and you get 11 puppies between both dogs. And then you get to build your program. You get to add value to your house. You get to give the dog a good life. You get to fall in love over and over and over again, because science, in my experience, is key. It's imperative. It's important. It's important to me to be clear. So I like the AI version because the dogs aren't tied up and nobody's dragging nobody around. It actually reduces the amount of stress from what I've seen on both dogs, but you do see the shaking and the quivering and the uncomfortability in the female or male, to be clear. First time Eagle got pulled, he screamed. He didn't know what was happening. And he didn't scream because he was getting yanked on. He screamed when that thing began to retract. He didn't know what to do. Also, you want to get a semen analysis done. The first time your male normally ejaculates, it's going to be a lot more prostate fluid. So all these little things play into getting this result. So we don't do natural, again, because we've got, time is money. Money is time. And of course, we want to yield the best result. And how do we do that? Her progesterone numbers were 15, and then her progesterone numbers were 21. We did AIs on both of hers. I did a TCI on this last one. TCIs on 2 AI on 1 breeding, a TCI on the next breeding, and an AI on assist her 3rd breeding. So 2 AIs and 1 TCI. And so far, so good. We did a TCI on her. Guess what? It didn't work. We did an AI on her. Guess what? It didn't work. See what I'm saying? So even when they lock up, it could mean nothing. And mind you, your dogs could lock up after the ovulation process, because after the 14 days, she might still be on fire for 3 to 4 more days. Boom. Doesn't mean she's going to get pregnant, and you reduce your odds of building your program. So again, we do AI because naturally speaking, the dogs don't they don't have sex for pleasure. We do the AIs to ensure that we get the best odds. We increase our odds of getting the female pregnant. We do the AI because every 6 months you get a chance to get it right. And I'd rather bet on the numbers than bet on my eyes. My eyes are good, but they're not that good. So it's better to know than not know. So as always, take care of your dogs. We're going to talk more about this at another time. Proper numbers, when to breed, doubling, all that other good stuff. Thank you guys for watching.